Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Kimberly at this corner of the kingdom where we do budgeting and cash stuffing and try to be good stewards of all the gifts that we have been blessed with here in this corner of the kingdom. I live in the beautiful Catskills with my husband Bob. He is a pastor. I am a nurse, and we have 7 children and 9 amazing grandchildren. And these videos are part of our journey to become debt-free, as well as continue to do the work that we believe we are to do here in our corner of the kingdom. So welcome. Before we start, our scripture verse for this week that I have been thinking about comes from the book of Psalms, Psalm 42, verse 11. Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise him, my Savior and my God. And I feel this beautiful sunny day with the blue skies is making me feel hopeful and happy and grateful to be here. I also would like to start something new this video, and that is to give a shout out to a couple of my fellow cash stuffers each video. So for today, I will be shouting out Alicia over at Save with Alicia, and also Elma at Budgets with Elma. So if you're looking for some good cash stuffing to see, please be sure to check out their channels. They've been great, and I certainly enjoy watching them myself. So starting with my wallet this week, I have already gone through, and I can tell you that my envelopes are empty, except for my giving envelope, which I'll talk about a little bit when I get there. So as usual, my wallet envelope for gas will be getting $40. I am filming on Saturday, so we have already had to fill our tank once, which I did use my card for. But we do budget $320 a month for gas for my commute, because I do work about 45 to 50 minutes one way from my job. So that will get $40 this week as usual. I was excited to see gas for $2.97 today when we were out and about, so we did take advantage of that and fill up. This is my outreach envelope. One of the things that Bob and I do is street outreach with the homeless and addicted folks. We do that in Poughkeepsie every Saturday morning. We do budget $25 a week for outreach. I have already spent the money for this week, of course, because outreach was this morning, and I caught a good sale on socks at the Dollar General, so I did cut in a little bit to next week's budget, and so I will only be stuffing 20 in here today. I actually spent a little more than $5 on that, but I'm taking that kind of out of some buffer money that I still had remaining in the buffer envelope when I was shopping. Spending will get its usual 10. The bank, I will be using this envelope this week because I will be making a trip to the bank to put money back either into our checking or savings account, depending on the category. And I will be using place money in some of my binders. Our buffer envelope will get 10 as well. Groceries will get its usual 10, just for a quick stop if I have to pick something up. And our giving envelope, which I always try to maintain at 5, I actually dipped into this after I got paid, and so I took a few dollars out for a young man who I came across who needed some help, so it has $4 remaining. I never take this out and do anything else with it. It just gets rolled over week to week. So some weeks I have more than $5 and some weeks I have less. And that finishes up my, I'm sorry, I meant to say it has a minimum of $5 or more than $5. So that finishes up my wallet. Moving on to, I guess you would call this my family type binder. You may have noticed I have a new little sign up here. My lovely sister sent that to me for my birthday, so I added it on here so I could look at it while I am chatting with you folks. My birthday envelopes, as I've mentioned before, I have divided this up into 4-month increments. There is money in this envelope, I believe $25, that I will be pulling out because we do have a couple of birthdays remaining in March, so I will not be stuffing this week or next week. This money will go back in the bank so that I can order some gifts, and then I will start over with that envelope in a couple of weeks again. Our next set of birthdays is for May, June, July, August, and this will be our biggest birthday envelope. I'm thinking as these envelopes come into focus. These are new for me this year, and so I'm still kind of figuring them out. But for May, June, July, and August, we have 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 11 birthdays during that time. So this will be a heavy hitting envelope. And so for this week, this will be getting a 20. And so this envelope now has 20, 30, 40, 45, and $50. I am grateful that after the March birthdays, I have until June to keep stocking this up before I have to dip into that again. And the third set of birthdays is for September, October, November, December, and this is our smallest birthday time where we only have 4 birthdays, and so this will be getting a 10 today. It now has 10, 20, and $30. So I will have time to add that, and I think I'll be adjusting these envelopes as the year goes, and I see if I'm staying on top of the amount needed. Education, we do have one grandson in college. We have a granddaughter who is looking at colleges. Our grandson Alex goes to Rutgers. Our granddaughter Emma is considering where she wants to go. And then we have a slew of littles that we try to help their mommies and daddies with things like lunch money. Some of this money right now will be going towards Emma to help with prom expenses that are coming up. We did use this to help pay for the college level courses that she took in high school this year. She, I am delighted to say, is already a great little saver and has a job, and she is tucking money away right and left. So we do put $60 a pay in here. So we now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, and 220. And we will be dispersing this out to the various grands probably over this week because that envelope is pretty full again. I will not be stuffing clothing or health this week. Beauty is going to get 20, and as I've mentioned before, it's not beauty for us per se, so much as haircuts, which we are both in need of. My husband also needs his beard trimmed. So it will be getting 20, and it now has 20, 40, 60, and 80. That will certainly be enough for me to get a haircut with a tip, and probably enough for Bob as well. We have a great little salon here that doesn't break the bank. So we will be able to hopefully make those appointments this week. And gas, this is the balance of the gas money for this week. I don't like to carry it all with me in my wallet, so I will be putting $40 in here. And that is all that has. Groceries, this is again a backup envelope, and I won't be stuffing that. It does have $30 in. And I honestly haven't pulled any out of that in some time, so we will just let that sit. And that finishes that binder. I hope everybody's having a great week and a great weekend. It's certainly beautiful here. We have blue skies and sunshine today. We did do our street outreach this morning in Poughkeepsie, and it was so nice to be able to be outside and really enjoy the nice weather, be able to reconnect with some of the folks that we know there. And obviously with some of the other volunteers who serve with us. I do serve with a group called Hope on a Mission, by the way. If you're interested, you can look at their Facebook page. We do serve every Saturday morning a hot breakfast, Saturday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night a hot dinner, as well as hand out everything and anything, clothing, toiletries, just anything you can imagine for the folks over there who need it. Moving on to Valentine's and Easter. I know Easter is almost upon us, so I will continue stuffing this until I finish with the Easter basket. So it will be getting $25 this week. We have not quite figured out when we are celebrating Easter. It will not be on Easter weekend. Bob's a pastor, so Easter weekend is always kind of crazy for us. So usually we would celebrate the week after, but Bob will be going in for a procedure, so I think Easter might be postponed by 2 weeks for our family this year. So I have a little bit of time to finish this up. So Easter and Valentine's now has $20, $40, $60, $80, $90, and $95. So we are hopeful the kids and the grands will be able to come, and we'll have a nice Easter egg hunt in the yard and a nice dinner, as well as, of course, Easter baskets, which we do for all the grandkids, and of course our own grown children who get more practical Easter baskets with things like laundry detergent and shampoo and conditioner. Summer holidays, as I mentioned before, I am stashing this envelope so that when we decide to have a barbecue this summer, if we need propane, if we need, I don't know, new lawn furniture, or the grands want some new games to play in the yard, it will come out of here. This is, again, a new envelope for us. I'll be stuffing it with 10, and so it now has $10, $20, $30, and $35. I am so looking forward to the summertime. This little taste of sunshine and blue skies today certainly made me anxious for when I can get out and do some work in the yard, as well as put in my garden. This is my Thanksgiving Christmas, and I am stuffing this so that when those holidays roll around and we need to buy some extra food, we do always have a lot of company over the holidays. It won't be a bite out of my grocery budget. And so I am putting 10 in there today, and so it now has $20, $30, and $40. The next envelope is Christmas event. This is for my sister and I get together in a kind of a central place where everybody, all of our kids and grandkids, can join us. And last year we did go to a really lovely restaurant where we rented a room. Little kids could run around. We got to exchange gifts and just really hang out with each other, have a nice meal. So I am budgeting for that already. And this week that will be getting 20 and 5. I believe I'm going to call this fully funded at $500 or $600. I'm not sure. I want to talk to my sister and find out what we spent this year, because I honestly can't remember already. So Christmas event, as I'm calling it now, has $20, $40, $60, $70, $75, $80, $85, $90, and $95. So we still have plenty of time to get that up to where it needs to be. And this is, it says shopping. It's really just Christmas in general. It's for gifts, it's for wrapping paper, it's for postage, because we do have family members who don't live nearby. And so I stuffed this pretty aggressively because we have lots of folks that we do buy for Christmas. And so Christmas shopping got $150 today, and so it now has 1, 2, 3, 4, $455, $556, $650, and this will be going to the bank this week to be put in savings account, and I will be using prop money in there the next time I film. That finishes up our holiday binder, and moving on to, this is kind of a sinking funds bills binder, I guess you would call it, for things that don't get paid monthly. Most of our monthly bills come right out of our checking account, our mortgage, our car payment, our car insurance, our electric bill. They're all on automatic pay out of that, so you won't see them stuffed here, but these are for bills that fall not so regularly. And so we did just have to get oil, hopefully for the last time this season. I do stuff this, every pay was $65, so it now has 50, 60, and 5, and I'm hoping by the time we need oil again, it will be very healthy in that envelope. We also do have propane here, which is used only for cooking. So our propane tank only gets filled about every 2 years. So I have plenty of time to get that ready to go. It's getting $5 this week. It costs us about $500 when we fill it. So it now has 20, 40, 50, 60, and 65. So when I get to 500, I believe I am going to call that fully funded. unless, we see the prices have gone up dramatically, in which case I may add a little more to it closer to that time. Terminix was just here. We do have them on a quarterly contract because living here at the foot of the Catskills, we often have some little critters that we do not appreciate inside our house. They were just here, so this money will be going back to the bank this week to replenish what came out of our checking account. Lawn maintenance, this is for plowing in the winter and mowing in the summer. Neither Bob nor I is able to do either one of those very well anymore, so we do have a wonderful man who we pay to do it. So it will be getting $25 this week, and I'm expecting the next time we touch this, it will be for a lawn mowing. So we now have 20, 40, 45, and 50, so that puts us about halfway to getting our lawn mowed. So we have some time to get that up to where it needs to be. Car maintenance. This is obviously for anything the car needs, and we will be needing tires soon. So that is getting a 20 and a 5 today. So car maintenance now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 105, and 110. So that will be a good amount to put towards new tires. I think Bob has an appointment for this week for the car. I'm not sure. I have to double check with him. This is actually house maintenance, and I will not be stuffing it this week because we will be having our septic tank emptied this week. So this envelope will be emptied as well and going back to the bank to go into our checking account. I will not be stuffing entertainment. This is our envelope that covers our Prime subscription, which is due in December, and it does not get stuffed today. And debt is, if I do have any extra 1s or 5s in my wallet at the end of the week, I put it in here, in addition to what we are already paying extra on our car and our mortgage. My plan is when I accumulate a little bit of money to put this towards one of those. And so we will see how that grows as the year goes by. And then our last last binder is other sort of sinking funds. As you may remember, I mentioned, I think their last stuffing, that we lost our little cat Noah. And so my pet envelope, my pet emergency envelope, and my other emergency envelope are now empty. He had been sick for a little while, and so we were able to tap into these to get some medication for him. But clearly now we need to restock these envelopes. And so pets will now be getting $10. And we do use this for things like treats, cat litter. We do still have 4 little fur babies here at our house, so there's always a need. And the pet emergency envelope, again, will start refilling, and that will get 10 as well. This is our pool envelope. Our hope is to get a pool in our yard, possibly this summer. We will see. So it is getting $100. It's this time, and so pool now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 556, 650, 670, 675. And that will also be going to the bank to go into our high yield savings account this week. Savings, this is our, what I call our kind of local emergency fund, meaning money that I keep here, separate from money in the bank, and it is going to start getting restuffed. So we are adding $100 to that. Remodeling is, we're not doing a major remodel, but I would like to paint and get laminate floors here at some point. And so that is just getting $5 this week. So it now has 10, 11, 12, whoops, sorry about that, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we are not aggressively stuffing that because we don't have anything that is in dire need of happening here. It's more cosmetic for us, but I'm trying to budget ahead for that. The last thing I have is our penny jar challenge. This is the challenge where you put 1 penny for January 1, 2 pennies for January 2, 3 pennies for January 3, and so forth. And I believe at the end of the year you have something like $67-ish. And so what I do for this challenge is I keep it marked in my calendar here, and you'll see I did make some mistakes, so I have some cross outs, but then I do add it up. Let's see if you can see that for the week. What I owe it in this particular week, I had already paid ahead for a couple of days, so for today I owe $5.60. So let me go ahead and cross all of those out. So I am adding the last 5 that I had plus 60 cents. And I am not counting this. We are simply putting it inside the jar, and at the end of the year, or when the jar gets too full for anything else, I may pull it out and put some in a savings account. We will see. So that is our penny challenge. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a lovely and blessed weekend. And I look forward to hanging out with you all again in this corner of the kingdom in a couple of days.